Okay guys, this is H4T and I'm coming back at you with another tabletop review. Sorry guys, I've been gone for a while. I'm hoping to change that here soon and start putting out some more good quality videos and some more shooting videos as well. I have some stuff that needs to be shot. What I'm going to do today is a detailed review on this Cold Steel Recon 1. It was sent to me from Tom at Weapons Education. The label on the box was from the Armory Express outlet. If you want to get one of these, maybe you could wait until the website's up and help Pete out. If nothing else, I hope that this website that's starting helps Pete out. I would like to see that happen. I've known Pete from the Armory channel for a couple of years, and I'm hoping for his sake that the website deal works out. Okay, now let's go on to the review. Now, when I'm talking about this knife today, I'm going to be speaking about the category that the knife is in, pertaining to size and price category that it's in. Okay, now I will tell you right off the bat that I give this knife a 10 out of 10 for the category that it's in and price. Okay, I have been using this knife a lot. Anything I ever needed to cut or any task I had to do, I have been using this knife on. And I'm pretty impressed with it. It does have the triad lock system. In my opinion, the steel of the knife is going to break before the lock will. Let me show you how far you have to disengage that lock for the knife to close. See how far that sticks out? Just to get the blade of the knife to close down. Then I'm going to show you in here, hopefully you can see this. Okay, let me get my flashlight out, guys, and I'm going to show you a couple other things inside the knife. Okay, I got my light here. See if I can get you a better shot down in there. Okay. Pull this up a little bit more. See that ledge down in there, right below my finger? That long ledge cut in there. That is what this bar closes and locks onto. You can look up a diagram of the triad lock, and you're going to see just what makes this lock system so strong. Very smooth, very easy to deploy, and just locks in like a tank. I really do not believe that there is a better lock-back system on the market for a lock blade knife made today. AUS 8 steel. It's a decent steel, pretty easy to sharpen, holds a pretty good edge. Now, let's talk about the G10 handle scales a little bit. Now, when you look at these G10 handle scales, I never could tell from the pictures just the way it feels when you get it. I like it. It is very grippy. When you put your finger or your palm on this knife and you try to move, it feels like all the traction is close together, not spaced out. And it's not too grippy. It doesn't feel like it's snagging your finger if you do this, like sandpaper. But yet, you could be wet or bloody, oily, and I think you would still have adequate traction on this knife. So on the G10 on this, I give this G10 a very high rating. Let me get you in some close-up shots, okay, of that G10 pattern. The grip on that G10 just feels very close when you put your thumb on there. All the points that are gripping on your thumb feel like a very close-knit pattern, if that makes any sense without you actually holding the knife. The pocket clip here, it's a very good secure pocket clip, and it holds very snug to the pants. Now, the pocket clip and the G10, with the way these are put together and the snugness of the clip. These are a little rough on pants. It doesn't bother me, though. Makes no difference to me. But the lanyard on this knife is not just for looks. It actually has a purpose. When I have jeans on and I pull this knife out, I pull it out with the lanyard. I find this knife much easier to come out of the pocket. If instead of grabbing up here and pulling like this, if you just grab the lanyard, I have the knife in my pocket and I let the lanyard hang on the outside of the pocket like this. And then to get the knife out of the pocket, I just grab the lanyard and pull up. Okay? There's a lot of traction with the clip pushing your jeans against the G10. So it's much easier to get out of there with a lanyard. So I do recommend the lanyard, plus it looks nice as well. Okay, so there is a purpose for the lanyard on this knife. Some of the things I've cut, and I'll do a little demonstration here in a minute for you. I've cut heavy gauge cardboard. Went really well. I just set one of the serrations on the cardboard, just held the knife very level and just pushed, and it just went straight through like butter. And this was pretty thick stuff. I've cut paracord. I've opened dog food bags, packages, boxes. At one point even I got some dry cleaning done, and on the pants they staple a little ID paper with numbers on it to the pants with 2 staples. I even took the tip of the knife, and where the staples are closed like that, I put it up under the staple, under the metal, on the spine of the knife, and then twisted the knife to pry my staples up to get them out of the clothing. And of course nothing affected this knife. It's still razor sharp. Let's do a haircut test. Look at that. I mean, I'm not even putting any pressure on this, guys. No joke. I'm not even letting the weight of the knife on my arm. I'm actually holding it off. And look what that's doing to me. So basically I was so excited about the knife that I had to hurry up and get a review out there. I was going to wait longer. One thing I do really like, as you can notice already, some of the blade coating is wearing on the knife. Now I really was hoping that that would happen. I like my work knives to look like work knives. So it doesn't bother me a bit for this coating to have marks and things on it, or to wear. I was kind of hoping that this knife would do that, and it will. Eventually this will have places all over it where the black is off, and that's kind of what I'm going for. This is a work knife. It's a self-defense knife if needed, and it's a heavy-duty folder, and I'm going to use it on everything that I can use it on. Been carrying it every day. Carries very well. Sometimes I even have my cell phone in the same pocket, my iPhone. Works very well. Let me get you some close-ups of the knife, and then I'm going to do a demonstration and cut a couple of things for you. See if I can show you just how tight. Now see, I'm having a hard time even getting that much pressure up on that clip. Look at that mark on my finger. So it is a nice secure clip, and it's not going to go anywhere in your pocket. No steel liners. I'm very happy about that. I don't think steel liners are needed in this knife, and it just would have added extra weight, and there could have been, you know, another area for something to rust. Nice finger choils right there. Very ergonomic. This is unpurposeful, unuseful jimping right here. It's probably just for looks, but it does not aid you at all in gripping the knife. Okay. Let me get my light out here, and we'll get even a better look at this. See the back of the triad lock in there? Actually, the front of it, I mean. There is an aluminum back spacer that you can see in there. This is a very smooth aluminum back spacer that they put in there. Feels good. It's lightweight. You can tell it's very lightweight. The knife is balanced very nicely. Okay, let's continue on with the close-ups. I'm going to give you a close-up of the serration pattern. Very useful serrations on this, in my opinion. I like the fact of having the very close needlepoint serrations with the ones that are a little bit elongated, and that is just like a razor in there. I can feel it with my finger. And all the way out to the tip. Nothing damaged, just a little bit of the black coating wear, which that's great, and I like that. Down the handle on this side. You can put the pocket clip on for left-handed carry if you want. And of course, there's my lanyard. Alright guys, very ergonomic, easy to hold. I've had a couple of people hold this knife that weren't really knife guys, and the first thing they said when they held it was, wow, yeah, that really fits good in the hand. And a good friend of mine named Keith, he said that he thought the knife was very balanced and also fit well in his hand when you hold it. It locks in, you're not going anywhere. Good grip, feels good. Reverse grip pattern, you would be like this. You'd have that little choil right there. Excellent. Reverse grip is almost just as natural as the standard grip. No problems whatsoever. Self-defense all day with this, guys, if needed. This knife would be lethal in a self-defense situation. It would slice them and dice them up like a surgeon. Alright guys, let me go ahead and get a couple of things out. I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple of live demo cut tests for you. Okay guys, this is some pretty heavy gauge cardboard, and as you can see right here, it's actually doubled. It's like two pieces of standard cardboard put together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cut this for you and let you see how easy the knife cuts through it. I'm just basically going to set one of the serrations onto the cardboard and just do a push cut through. And let you see how that works. Okay, here we go. Just like butter. Feeling almost no resistance right here. There it started to bind on me a little bit at the bottom because I went in past the thumb stud, which I should not have done. Let's go ahead and do it again. How easy and nice and smooth it goes through. Okay, now I'm going to get some paracord out and I'll show you what it does to paracord. Okay guys, we're going to do a paracord cut test now. This is 550 pound military grade paracord. Okay, first I'm going to start on the serrations of the knife. What I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to lay it across there like that, and I'm just going to push on the back of the spine with my thumb. Boom, there it is. Okay, now we're going to take the sharpened portion of the knife and we're going to cut that. I almost sliced my camera in two, and there it is. So no problem for the paracord. Okay, now we're going to do a phone book test with the Recon 1. I'm just going to do some stabs on a phone book, maybe a little bit of prying on it as well. See what happens. There, I'm going through to, let me see here, 472 pages with the Recon 1, and it's really easy. Trust me, guys, I am not anywhere near putting a lot of strength into this. That was a little bit more force that time. I don't want to go through and stick it into the floor. That's 260 pages right there. .474 pages is where the tip actually cut through to. That went right down into the floorboard there. Well, you get the idea. Wipe the blade off. Show you the tip. Take a quick little look here. Ooh, tip as pointy as could be. Let me check the blade play. Absolutely zero blade play. Left and right, or up and down. I can't feel any at all. There's the tip. Tip on the other side. The tip is still needle sharp. No problems whatsoever. This is Humans for Targets. And I'm out.